Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's doing great. And you may say, well, Coach, why are you up so early? Number one, I'm pretty much always up this early. But number two, it's halftime. It is halftime. If you didn't know already, July 1st marks the beginning of the second half of the year. And if you're anything like me right about now, you're saying, well, where did the first half go? This is crazy. We are already in July 1st. And I have 5 questions for you today that you should be asking yourself right now, no matter what type of business you're in. 5 questions. So, good morning, millionaires. If you haven't already shared this broadcast, make sure you do. Every business owner needs to hear this because this is gut check time. This is gut check time. This is when you really look at yourself in the mirror and say, have I done what I need to do to get my coins right for the year? And if not, you got to play like Hines and catch up, right? So 5 questions you need to be asking yourself right now, regardless as to what type of business you run. Number one, where is my cheese? Point blank, period. Where's my money? How much money have I made this year? And where did I make it? Because, see, sometimes we get so caught up in doing things that we don't realize that the things we're doing are no longer making us money. Hello? We're just doing stuff to be doing stuff. So I know it's been COVID. I know it's been civil unrest. But at the end of the day, you gotta operate like McDonald's and Starbucks. You gotta realize that if you don't make your money, your business is not gonna persevere. So with it being halftime today, July 1st, this marks the second half of the year. Guess what you need to be doing? You need to be saying, where's my revenue? Where's my money? How much money have I made this year? What did I make that money doing? Is that money that I've made so far in line with what my profit goals were for the year? Somebody say, ouch, because everybody's not going to like the answers that come back to you. Now, that's a wow. If you started this year and you said you were going to make $1 million, you ought to be at $500,000 by now. If you said you're going to make $100,000, you should be at $50,000 by now. Good morning, Tisha. Good morning, Cynthia. If you said you was going to make $250,000, you should be at $125,000. And even though it's simple, super simple math, most people's ability to look at themselves and be brutally honest is what's going to keep them from making their profit goals for the year. And the true story is it's not too late. It's not too late. I've had $400,000 months. So I know you can make up your traction in a month if you do the right things. I know you can make up your traction in a week if you do the right things. So again, if you haven't shared this broadcast with your cohorts and henchmen, make sure you do, because this is gut check time. You really need to be asking yourself right now, who's up? If you up this morning, say me, because if you're up, you should be up getting after your bread. Bread don't bake all day. It bakes best in the morning. That's why when you wake up, you smell bread baking. That's why the donut people go make the donuts early in the morning. You have to be on top of your earnings, and now more importantly than ever. So number one, get your calculator out. Don't make guesstimates. Pull your bank statements, pull your profit and loss statements, and be honest with yourself and say, am I on pace with what I should be earning for the year? And if you're not, part of it is probably because you don't have a written profit plan. I did a poll not too long ago, and 90% of the entrepreneurs that I polled did not have a profit plan in writing. They knew how much money they wanted to make, and they may have even had those numbers on paper, but they didn't have the down and dirty, this is how much money I want to make, and this is how I'm going to make it. So I'm going to be doing my eighth annual halftime profit planning session on 7/7 at 7 p.m. Mark your calendars, get a ticket. It's $39 to attend. It's normally $199, but I know people are struggling through COVID, and I want to help some people out. bit.ly/red, white, and green. Because while you worry about that red, white, and blue, and firecrackers and hot dogs and hamburgers on the grill, if you don't worry about that green, if you don't worry about your revenue, if you don't worry about your cheese, and I don't mean American, you're really going to struggle. And there's no sense in anybody struggling, because even with COVID out there, there's still money. Even with the civil unrest, there's still money. Even with people losing their jobs, there's somebody type in the chat, there's still money. There is still money. So don't let the media fool you that money and opportunities are not still out there, because they are, but you must have a plan. So number one, get your calculator, and you need to be adding it up, right, Lady Latasha? How much money have I made? Number two, am I on pace? Money is not made overnight. Money is made day over day, hour over hour, minute over minute. So if you're not on pace, it's time for you to get on pace. But the first step in identifying the fact that you're not on pace is you got to say to yourself, look, I wanted to buy a new house this year. I wanted to buy a new car this year. I need to pay tuition for my kids. What is it that you need to be doing with your money that makes making sure that you make your business goals a priority? Not only am I on pace, but I want you to type this in. Do I have what I need to live the life I want to live? Write that down. Do I have the money I need? Do I have what I need? Do I have what my family needs? Do I have my freedom? Do I have my peace of mind? Am I debt free? Am I living that next level life? All the things we talk about and all the things we dream about, do I have that? Hey, good morning, Get Loaded TV. Do I have that? And you know, there's a saying that says, if you want something, go after it. And if you want it faster, go with a coach. And that's why I'm hosting that profit planning session, because you can't just pull a number out of thin air and say, this is how much money I want to make. You've got to have a strategy. You've got to have a strategy for being able to generate the money that you want. Bottom line. But the money is out there. Don't let the news tell you it's not. Don't let other people tell you it's not. Don't tell yourself. There's still opportunity for you to turn your year around, but you've got to start now, and you've got to make it a priority. I want you to do me a favor today. I want you to make a list, and I want you to put at least 3 things on your list that you would do differently if money were not an option. Type 1 into the chat right now. Name at least 3 things. Just type 1 in for now that you would do differently if money were not an option. Would you quit your job if money were not an option? Would you move to a different city, a different house if money were not an option? Would you pay your kids tuition if money were not an option? See, we got to stop operating out of we don't have enough and operate out of we live in kingdom abundance. So regardless as to what you ask for. So Lady Latasha, let me show you some math. Even if your house, let's just say, costs $250,000, with next level earnings, you could easily pay $1,500 a week on your house. I'm going to show you the math. If you have next level earnings, it would be nothing for you to pay $1,500 a week on your house. And let's just say you still owe $250,000 on your house divided by 1,500. That's 166 weeks to pay off your house. That's 3 years. Double that and you can do it in a year and a half. Guys, there's people out there making real money, me being one of them. And so I know it's hard for you to understand that that level of money exists, but it does. And part of the reason why you don't have it is because you have not put on paper the fact that you not only want, but you need whatever your revenue goal is, and then you haven't backed it up with the strategy to go get it. How many of you are going to mark your calendar so you can be there on July 7th so you can get a profit plan for the rest of the year so that you go into August knowing where your money is coming from, and you go into September knowing where your money is coming from, and you go into October knowing where your money is coming from. bit.ly/red, white, and green so that you can make sure you are in the house to get your paper on paper. Tisha said, if money were not an option, I would buy a new house. If money were not an option, I would drive what I wanted to. I would quit my job. See, you got to realize that those things are possible. Who said they're not possible? But you've got to have a plan, and you've got to have a plan in writing. So 5 questions. Happy New Year. Happy half year. Half of the year is gone. So whatever distracted you, whatever obstacles you had, whatever you got in your way, this is like a team going to the dressing room. And it's halftime. It's time to get excited again about what you do. It's time to get pumped up about your opportunities. It's time for you to create a new strategy. It's time for you to throw away the things that weren't working. It's time for you to examine the things that weren't working. So the first question, 5 questions you need to be asking yourself. Number 1, where am I right now as it relates to my earnings? Some of us go days and days and weeks and don't know definitively how much money we're bringing in. And if you're a business, that's no bueno. If you're a business, it is not a good thing for you to go a day, a week, a month, a quarter, or even a half a year without knowing exactly how much you've earned. So that's the first thing you need to do. Number 2, you need to ask yourself, am I on pace? Am I on pace for, number 2, what I want to do in my life? The beautiful thing, there's a lot wrong with America now. I'm not going to lie. But I'm not going to lie about the beautiful thing about America. Good morning, Raquel. And the beautiful thing about America is if I say I want to make $5 million in the next 6 months, and I do, and I can come up with a strategy to make $5 million in the next 6 months, and I do, and I can execute that strategy, there is nothing or no one keeping me. Come on, somebody say, thank you, Jesus. There is nobody or no one or no thing keeping me from doing that other than limits in my own execution and my own strategy and my own intellect. We live a life without limits. We can have whatever the kingdom says we can have. And the kingdom has already given us dominion. The kingdom has already said we can have access to everything our Father has. And our Father has it all. So the only person placing limits on you is who? Tell me in the chat. The only person placing limits on what you can have and what you can do is you. That's it. So you got to ask yourself, number 3, do I have what I need to live a kingdom lifestyle, to live the kind of life that I've prayed to God about, to do the things that I dreamed about doing? And number 4, if you don't, what is your plan to make it happen? Can I be brutally honest this morning? Somebody say yes, coach. Can I be brutally honest this morning? A lot of times, a couple things. Number 1, one of the reasons we don't have what we really want is because we won't ask for it. We won't ask God. We won't ask potential clients. We won't ask the world. We let people walk past us every day that has the money in their pockets to change our trajectory. But we will not ask, and a closed mouth does not get fed. Amen. Number 2, we will not get help. If you have not created a profit plan before, and if you don't have a profit plan now, what makes you think that out of an absence of intellect, you can go and create something that's going to work for you? So if somebody says, look, I'm going to show you how to create a profit plan correctly so that you can pursue these business goals and your dreams, and I tell you, oh, and I normally do it as a master class, so now I'm doing it for only $39. You should be breaking your neck to sign up. Because the truth of the matter is you don't know what you don't know. You don't know if you don't. Do you guys agree? You don't know what you don't know. And a lot of times, just a simple shift in strategy, just a simple shift in the way you're doing things will equate to more revenue. So that's number 4. You got to have a plan. bit.ly/red, white, and green. Join us on 7/7 at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time so that you can get a plan. So you're not running around guessing about your earnings. This is our 8th year doing some type of profit planning class. I do it every year because to me, profit planning is like your GPS. How do you know where you're going if you don't have a destination in mind? When I leave my house and say, I'm going to the grocery store, GPS can help me because it knows where I'm going. If I leave my house and say I'm going to the mall, GPS can help me because it knows where I'm going. In business, if you don't open your business and say, my destination is $100,000, my destination is $200,000, my destination is $1 million. If you don't call out your destination, as soon as you leave your house, or in this case, as soon as you open your business, how do you know where you're going? bit.ly/red, white, and green. Don't wait until the 11th hour to get your ticket. Even if you can't make it there, you can get your replay, but you've got to have a global profiting system. You got to have GPS. And when you don't have it, it's going to force you to do a lot of things. It's going to keep you doing a lot of working. It's going to make you doing a lot of stuff. But you're not going to have the profits to show for that. Does that make sense? So you've got to have not just a business, but a plan for that business to make money. Because without a plan for that business to make money, unfortunately, it's not a business. And number 5, you've got to have it in writing. You've not only got to have it in writing, you've got to have definitive steps. You've got to have a timeline. In corporate America, we call them SMART goals. So I'm going to show you how to create a SMART profit plan. It's going to be specific because it's going to call out exactly how much money we want you to make. It's going to be measurable because, again, we're going to say, how much am I making in a day, week, month, year? So it's going to be measurable. It's going to be action oriented because we're going to put some actions around what's going to bring you that level of profit. It's going to be realistic because the truth of the matter is you can't go from 0 to 100 real quick. Only Drake can do that. So you got to start somewhere. So if you've never made $5, you can't be putting on paper, I'm going to make 5 million, because there's levels to this stuff. And not only that, it's going to be time bound. So we're going to put some deadlines and some timelines around you making this money. A profit plan is not something that you write on the back of a napkin. If you're a business, your profit plan is your GPS. It lets you not only know where your business is going, but it also gives you an estimated time of arrival. bit.ly/red, white, and green. I am so super pumped about this event. I'm super pumped about the second half of the year. To me, this is my January. And it should be yours too. Everything that you said you was going to do in January, and then COVID came and it knocked you off your square. It took the wind out of your sails, and it's still here, but we've been able to adjust. So this is your opportunity to right-side your business. This is an opportunity to revamp your business. This is an opportunity to revitalize your business. This is an opportunity to set a different course for your business. So if you're not up this morning on the calculator looking for your business revenue, if you're not up this morning looking for the holes in your business, because every business has holes, that's your expenses. Some of the holes are necessary because you got to spend money to make money. But is there anything putting a drain on your business that you can stop? And that includes yourself. Number 3, really taking an inventory to say to yourself, do I have what I need? Do I have what I need to change my life? Do I have what I need to increase my revenue? Do I have what I need to finish this year strong? Do I have what I need? And number 4, if not, what is your plan to get it? We can't continue to say, I don't know. There's too many experts like myself. And if you don't want to get help from myself, get help from somebody else. Just get help. Just get help. You can't keep saying, well, I don't know, coach. I'm offering you a profit planning session for $39. And not only is it going to help you plan your profits for now, once you have a skill, because profit planning is a skill. You've never done it before. It's quite unlike household budgeting. But if you've never had a skill to plan your profit, come to the event and get skilled. bit.ly/red, white, and green. And last but not least, Stop cheating yourself when you should be treating yourself. Stop it. Understand that when it's all said and done, nobody cares about how much you made in your business but you and your family. Now that's an ouch. We want people to be happy for us, but everybody else is on their own treadmill. Everybody else is living their own life. If you don't take the time to take the bull by the horns and make sure that your business, your livelihood, your generational wealth is stable and sustainable, then who's going to do it for you? So I get it. Good morning, Vicky. So I get it. It's not always easy. And this year, beyond a shadow of a doubt, has been one of the most difficult years in my adulthood. But that doesn't mean give up. That doesn't mean sit down. That doesn't mean take a break. That doesn't mean let COVID take over. What that means is that we create a plan, we get up, and we readjust. Did everybody catch that? Don't give up. You've come too close. Don't stop now. You've been doing this too long. Don't refuse the help you need to get to where you want to go. Don't do it. So, guys, welcome to the second half of the year. The profit planning session will be 7/7 at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time because we don't want you to miss a day getting on top of your revenue for July. First half of the year is gone. There's nothing we can do to bring it back. But what you can do is make sure that you don't go another 6 months like this. So, guys, we'll be back later. Don't forget to register for your profit planning session, bit.ly/red, white, and green. It's an amazing session valued at over $199. We're doing it for $39 to help business owners like yourself get their businesses back on track to generating the revenue that's going to change your life. All right, guys, I hope everything is amazing in your world. I'm super excited about, quote unquote, this new year, and I hope to see you all later today. Love you guys.